Good morning, Panther. I hope my canna lilies are going to bloom this year. Another morning, another package. Think it's light bulbs. I think my light bulbs, the color changing light bulbs were coming today.
It's not really heavy.
It's light bulbs.
Alright, here's the big reveal. I've ripped it, but I have not looked.
Okay. Yep.
Ooh.
So that's the two floods to replace for the eyeballs, and there's the lights for the new fixture, the candelabra lights.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna let you know how these Sunco brand do. Don said Sunco's what he's got in the outside floods.
That's right. The outside floods are.
But they're not Wi-Fi bulbs.
No,
so
no.
we've not tried Sunco Wi-Fi before. Yeah, there's no reason not to go ahead and install them, but we'll do them in a little while.
Yeah, you gotta have coffee. I haven't had no.
Right, no coffee yet. Well, they look sturdy is the word I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a light bulb.
Yeah. Well, they're 850 lumens. And I read what those are. It was, I forgot, but those aren't much more than that. They're probably, I don't even know if that 850 lumens is what's out there. So we'll find out.
Yep. And hold up the Game of Bricks box that came yesterday.
Sure.
The little light kid for the Apollo 11 lunar lander.
From the UK.
Yeah, it came from the UK yesterday, and there's no instructions, so I went and Googled. There's a YouTube video that they recommend you play slow speed, and you do need to put the model together first and then take it apart in a few key parts to add the lights at the end. And after watching the video, I determined that Don was going to assist me with the light kit. You got to wrap wires through things.
Yeah,
and
baby.
It looks like Dawn stuff. So, are you showing us the candle size one? Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah. So anyway, I got to build the Lunar 11 before we can install the light kit, but that's still coming soon to a video to you.
Right.
So yesterday we drove to GMC and we had intended to do a little update on the State Farm Drive Safe and Save. So I believe Don had, he's pulling out his phone. He had looked up and it said we were potentially, well, first off, he's very pleased that all of the recent drives he's gotten 100% safe driving score.
Yeah.
But also it told him on the July 26th policy that will be issued next month.
$69.22 discount.
Does it say that on that screen?
Right on that
screen?
screen.
Yeah, it does say it. Okay. Well, you can take a screenshot and send that to me so I can put it in the video. It says for our next 6-month premium, July 26th through January 2021, 26, January 26th next year, that it was going to save us $69 and some odd cents. So
Yeah.
Don was thinking that for the irritation of the app, I can't use his phone when we're driving at all or it'll ding him.
Yeah.
And privacy concerns of running all the time in the background, that for 20 bucks it wasn't going to be worth it and he's going to tell him to cancel it. But maybe for 69 bucks.
Yeah, for 60, almost $70, because the insurance on the GMC for every 6 months is probably like $150. Because remember, our insurance bill for the everything is like $650, and one of those is the Tesla every 6 months.
Right.
Yeah. And so I'll have
our area and our driving profile, our habits, I guess, are not, our insurance is not.
Well, part of the reason that the insurance is so low is that I think it's not only my driving record. I wish I could say, oh, it's just because of my driving record. I think it's the number of miles.
Right. Well, neither one of us drives to work, and that's in our profile. They charge you more when you're using it to get back and forth to work.
Yeah, and
we have but all listed as leisure vehicles because we don't work.
That's right.
Outside the home at any point. Yeah. So anyway, we would not put it on the Tesla. We are not planning to add it to any additional vehicles, but we are still experimenting with the GMC, which we can easily do because we don't drive it that much. But I tell you, if Don and I were going someplace 5 times a week and I could never pick up his phone for...
Yeah, it'd be a problem.
it would be gone, because that's... I mean, you can't even hand your phone to your kid in their car seat in the back seat to play a game while you're driving with that thing. Yeah. So... the fact that they're tracking Don on his phone, you know, Don goes to Home Depot. We already all know that, right?
Date night.
Right, we already know Don goes to Home Depot a couple times a month, and he sneaks off the Dairy Queen a couple times a month, and you know, the landfill. It's a really complicated places he goes, but
I'm excited.
We're not really too concerned about privacy, but I can see why some people might be, especially if it was all day, every drive. So
because you have to leave on track the location services
all the time. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for that update.
You're welcome.
Mittens wants you guys to know that she totally approves of Amazon box deliveries. Mittens! They'd rather see your eyes. Hi, sweetheart. The cats of Amazon. The closet's about what you'd expect. Coats, a vacuum cleaner, I don't know, some books up there. I'm going to take everything out, vacuum it, and decide what to do with all of it. Probably some of the coats are going to get donated to Guardian Angel or move to a clothing rack that we have in the attic. Are you going to help? I'm not going up in the attic, but you're welcome to help in the closet. Kitty help is always appreciated. Don's going to help a friend put shingles on a gazebo this afternoon, so I'm feeding him so he won't be hangry.
No, you don't.
So he could be really productive and energetic.
Yeah, I'll be taking me a nap here after breakfast.
Enjoy. It's got leftover steak on it and steak, bacon. Yeah.
Cheese, salsa, and eggs. You can't beat that.
So I had enough room to put my Lego bins in there, but not the ones from Harbor Freight, just the storage bins. There's a stack about that high in Johnny's green room also. My snowman building stuff is still there. All the hats, the mittens, the scarves, the extra baseball hats, and Panther's heating pad that I need come October. So we need to not forget that. And I don't know where they're going. And we're stopping by Harbor Freight this afternoon. And I think 2 more small ones might be coming home with me. It looks like it's going to rain this afternoon. And it's not a good day to start the gazebo roofing. Because they start, they want to finish. So Don and I are just going to go to the Sanford Harbor Freight. I'll explain what it is we're going to get in a minute. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome, pretty girl.
So, like I said, we're headed to Harbor Freight. We're headed to the Harbor Freight in Sanford, looking at the pop-up storms out there. We thought there might be a little bit more of a chance we wouldn't run into any rain driving down to Sanford than driving to Cary. Dawn says if Ruby gets wet, she gets wet. Obviously, we're hoping she won't get wet, but we're going to enjoy the drive and the clouds and just try to relax. We are going for a metal tool stand that will go on a frame that has wheels down at the bottom. We ordered the wheel bases from Amazon because they seem to be a good price for what you got. But the metal stand on Amazon was like $25 more, and the one at Harbor Freight has the same weight capacity, made of the same steel, painted black. I mean, they're like identical. So we're headed to Harbor Freight to save ourselves 25 bucks. And I may be throwing in a couple more storage bins, which I said. And just get us out of the house. I'll play my pogo. We'll have a little ride today.
Plus, we get to do on these really curvy roads that I love driving these babies.
That's right. It's a fun ride down to Sanford and back. It's really not any farther than Cary. It's just not the direction we usually head.
We won't get caught in 5 o'clock rush hour traffic. Although I don't know how bad the traffic is because of the shutdown. But, you know, I commented to Marianne several times that the number of vehicles, if this is what a lockdown looks like, I question that people are really locked down, because there seems to be as much traffic as there ever were at certain times in certain places. So that road that we would have had to come back from Cary, that's the main artery and people coming home from Raleigh.
RTP.
RTP.
Yeah, you wouldn't normally want to be around US 1, Highway 64 and Cary at rush hour, so.
Right, it's thick. So
it's 3:20 right now.
Yeah, so by the time we got up there, we'd have no problem, but when time we shopped and came back, we would, it'd be more problematic.
Don says he's driving, having fun on these curves, but he's got traffic aware cruise control on.
Yeah, and Ruby's being, I would tell
cautious on the corners there. I was like, normal. Why are you slowing down?
Not, that's all Ruby.
Yeah, I thought it had to be Ruby. God, here she goes again.
Well, I guess I'm just going to put her, she's going to...
You time out and drive yourself, huh? Because she's kind of spoiling those curves a little bit.
Well, I put her on full traffic. She's autopiloting, you know. I got
now, okay.
Yeah, so if she's going to go around these curves like Grandpa, I'm just going to let her go around the curves. Because there's so much burden for me to actually have to put my foot on the accelerator. Oh my goodness. And she's dead center. She's doing a great job. She's probably just slowing down too much. She could, but you know.
She's driving like a brand new driver right now.
Yeah, but there's nobody behind us, so I'm letting her do. And we're not in a hurry. We're either going to get rained on or we're not. 5 minutes one way or another is just not going to help us, I don't think. So, you know, here she's doing great. She's doing 60 through here. That's exactly right. And now we're coming up to a recommended 35 mile an hour curve. And she's still doing 60. She's going at 60 through there. Now she's slowed down to 59, 58, 56, 55. But she really didn't slow down unappropriately. Now she's speeding up.
So here's another curve. Let's see what she does.
Yeah, see what she does here. I mean, this is a sharp enough curve. They put the little arrows like turn, turn. She's slowing down quite aggressively.
Wow, she really braked.
Yeah, she's down to 42 miles an hour, which was probably a nice speed to go around that curve. And I'm going to get over that truck ran off the road, and I was scared he's going to come over here.
Yeah.
Take control immediately.
Yeah, Don got a message.
Oh, well, that vehicle, that's what I said.
Yeah, so Ruby, I'm sorry we can't show it to you, but Ruby noticed that truck came into our lane.
Yes.
And she said take control immediately. She didn't audible alert, but there was a message down there trying to warn Don that there was a problem with this other vehicle. So she was absolutely aware that vehicle had left their lane. We have no turn signal noise. We're not dark though. Don's gonna reboot her. You know us, longtime Tesla people, we just drive down the road while we reboot. No sense pulling over, stopping, putting on the brake, putting in park. We just, no big deal.
As long as the air conditioner.
Well, honestly, once it reboots on you, when you didn't ask it to going down the road and you don't die, then you learn that it really isn't a big deal and you just don't worry about it after that. The first time's a little unnerving. I don't see how you get around that. We'll retest the turn signal here in a minute. There's corn. Normally we get our first corn of the season, comes out of the field around July the 4th. I don't know, that field looked a little low to be thinking it'd be ready in a couple weeks, but who knows. Sit back.
Appears to be.
Yeah, do the turn signal thing again. Yeah, so the turn signal noise is back. So for some reason we'd lost audible noises with the car, and a reboot, as expected, has fixed that.
We're getting sprinkled on in a beautiful sunny day. So don't know where exactly this rain's coming from.
Maybe we'll see a rainbow.
Maybe so.
Alright, we're here. They have their own little building and everything. We have not been in this one before. We had spotted it one of the times we drove through Sanford for something else.
Yeah, it's a brand new building. It's built specifically.
See, there's Lidl over there.
Harbor Freight. Yeah.
And the Walmart and the Chick-fil-A are over there. Sanford has everything you need right in one little spot. Don wants you to know that he did the appropriate Tesla Ruby parking and exercise program.
That's right.
I'm not expecting anyone in here to have a mask on because we've left Wake County, and I'm just kind of doubting it. Because I also think there's less virus down here, although, you know, that's subject to change for them. Actually, well, every county and all 100 counties have had at least a case. Well, they did have one out of what Don came down here to get.
So it was not a wasted trip, and it was $39.
It's a good thing I just wanted a couple of the 20 bin, the small ones, because the large ones belong there, and there aren't any of them today. But I got the two I wanted this size. Are you dreaming?
Yeah, I'll put this in my dream house, and give me. This is gonna be my closet.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
full extension drawers. This nice and smooth ball bearing.
Well, you'll need the.
It's free delivery.
Johnny can dream of his being in green someday. I like the red. Yeah, Donnie, make sure your feet are in the right spot.
I'm in the square. I'm not like
you can be one of the cats. There's a square, put yourself in the square. Yeah, the employees all had on masks, and they had plexiglass at the checkouts, and they had an advertisement while we were in there about how they were following CDC practices, but we only saw one customer with a mask.
Besides us, yes, that's
right. Besides us. That's all right. I'm not vain and not young enough to care about what other people think.
That's right.
We're driving through the Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue here in Sanford just to see if we see any Tesla destination chargers, because they've been putting them in all over the place. But apparently not at this location, not yet. Had to check though. Alright, we're headed back to Fuquay. The sky is looking okay. We saw a couple schools that had signs up saying they were free meal lunch hubs, because all the local schools have kept on feeding the kids that, you know, have free or reduced lunches here through the shutdown. I saw a news thing pop up today that said that in Wake County there's a lot of money left over in the student lunch accounts, those that had, you know, parents had primed the lunch accounts. I assume it had just transferred to next year. I also assume if you needed to, you could figure out how to get a refund to just not be as timely as you would like it. Those clouds are pretty up there. So just on the other side of Sanford, headed up to the house, there is a compressed natural gas clean fuel, I guess Gain is the name of the company, station. So CNG fueling station, and Don and I have never seen one of these before.
Right, we're trying to figure out how you pay. It's got the price per CCG is $2.49, but I'm looking for, there's not like a credit card machine that I see, but there is something. So I think this is a membership thing or something like that. I agree.
Well, the steps up there do sort of try to tell you what to do, maybe including the payment.
It's common for trash trucks and such to run off of natural gas. Remember, fracking has produced a lot of natural gas. In fact, the U.S. is now an exporter of natural gas, and a lot of on-the-road trucks have been converted to natural gas. So I believe natural gas basically has helped transportation get off of some diesel, which is, you know, the coal version of liquid transportation fuels. Anyway, I'm just trying to say is that, you know, natural gas is better. It's not great, it's just better. Of course, if it leaks, then you can argue that it's worse, but assuming it doesn't leak a lot, you know, it certainly doesn't smell as bad. We like the compressed natural gas buses in Raleigh. I mean, they don't, at least when you follow one of them, they don't asphyxiate you so bad. And anyway, This is the first I've seen. I have not seen
there's
this.
a little information thing on the side over there, so I guess I could get out and grab one of those.
Okay.
So what you were saying is those City of Raleigh CNG buses fill up at some sort of a station like this. We just don't pass, we don't know where it is, we don't pass it.
Well, there's a smart site thing. That's where they pay for it over there. All right, this is the second part of this thing. So they have like a central credit card, and it does accept all the major credit cards over here, including debit cards. It has a little warning about using a debit card. But basically, this is where you pay for it somehow and turn on the pump, I guess. I don't know. But obviously, this is tied. There are 4 pumps. One on that side, one on this side. And then again 2 more over there. So 4 vehicles at once could be filling up here. And they do have all the stickers up for safety and all that stuff. It's very well lit. It's got a nice awning. It's got security cameras all around here. I'm sure we're going to be in trouble here in just a minute. So we're going to, wave at the folks and call her a day.
I got home and blew the driveway and the cul-de-sac. It looks much better out there. Come on, buddy. Come see Mama. Come on. How's my buddy? Hi. Hi. So we've changed our tune a little bit.
Yeah.
And we found a metal building that's 6 foot with the door across the front, which would butt up where Don's hand's leaning on the carport. That's where the door side would be.
Yeah.
And 4 foot out.
Yeah.
And it has it looks like a lean-to kind of a roof. It has it goes
called a pit roof.
Yeah, from front to back. So it would tuck underneath the carport roof.
Right.
And the water off the carport roof would go onto that roof, would go off to the ground, and we'd be good.
Right.
And Don's laid out about where we would put it, and the 4 foot back, 6 foot across the front dimension there. And the only purpose of this is to put the radial arm saw, the chop saw, the table saw. It's just to store the woodworking equipment. We would bring it out into the carport for use. We wouldn't be actually trying to do anything in the shed.
Just to place the only,
Don would have to build a floor.
Right. The only slight disadvantage of this little building is not very tall.
Right. Don won't be
Floor is
standing in
5
it.
feet,
Yep.
and the highest part's like 5 feet 5 inches.
Yep. I can't even stand in it.
Yeah, so this is definitely duck your head type.
Roll your thing out, which is why everything would be on wheels, so hopefully it would be really easy to get the stuff out.
Wouldn't be a problem. I think the 5 feet doorway, the top of the door is 5 feet. I don't see that being a big issue.
Yeah, most of the stands are 30 or 32 inches, plus you add another couple inches for the casters.
Right.
Plus the height of the tool. So that's not going to exceed 60 inches.
That's right.
Yeah, so anyway, we think we're going to go pull the trigger. My only question for Don now is, while we're buying 1 and setting it up, do we want to just set up 2? Because this little spot here on the side, because you see we're on the garage side, not on the front side, is the perfect width based back to where the trees are and stuff. And maybe while we could get 2 matching ones, we would just put 2 of them there.
Yeah,
we'll have to think about it.
Think about it.
Don's putting in my new fancy light bulbs. And I'm getting ready to configure them on the app. Don already had an account with Sunco with the Smart Life app, so I'm just logging in with his account. That's why we share LastPass as a password manager, so we can do that. One is blinking, slow blinking every 2 seconds. One is fast blinking every half a second. Let's do the half a second one.
Okay.
I guess it has a way to tell that there's more than one doing it at one time, maybe.
I think so.
I think it's that smart. It's scanning. I put in the Wi-Fi password. You know, nothing too complicated, but this is our first Wi-Fi light bulb.
Light bulb, that's right.
Right, we have plugs and other stuff, but not an actual smart bulb. Device added successfully, done. All right, so that's cool. So now I'm going to add a second one.
Yep.
Whoops, what did it do? I said I want to add a second one. And it's lighting. And it's a Wi-Fi bulb. And this one is slow blinking. At every 2 seconds.
Right. Yes, I would say every 2 seconds.
What did it want me to do? Well, hang on. It did something weird, so I told it to do an auto scan. Because that light is still blinking on and off up there.
It's no longer blinking. Maybe that means it detected it.
Maybe. If you want to say we probably only should have screwed one in at a time, that's probably true. Yeah. Turn off flood right.
Okay.
So Don's going to unscrew that one now that it's good, and we're going to get the other one back in pairing mode.
Right.
Now, my assistant, would you please help to pair flood left? It says power on the device. Okay, power off after 10 seconds. 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, and then power back on. Now, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. On, you got to leave it on.
I left it on.
Okay.
I guess I forgot.
Right. So, I don't know if that was... Okay, so it's pairing now. So now I'm going to tell the app one more time to add a device. I'm going to choose lighting. I'm going to choose lighting Wi-Fi. This is fast blinking, so I'm confirming the Wi-Fi I want it on. I'm confirming fast blinking, and now it's scanning for the device. I think that's a good sign. Although it hasn't come back and told me in the app yet that it's done. Come on. Smart bulb 2. Yay! I'm going to click done, and then I'm going to go in and rename it to flood left. Scan for new devices.
Starting discovery.
And where would you
This
like
will
I don't know. As long as it's not in your eyes, we're good. Like if I'm down there doing stuff and it's on, as long as it's not in the person on the love seat's eyes, we're good. So flood left and flood light are flood left and flood right are working. Make flood right blue.
Okay.
Flood left red.
This might answer your question. Robin Farias suggested that the ancient Greek system of
Alexa,
communism,
stop.
wherein
Alexa, make flood left blue.
Ooh.
Well, they're not very bright when they're color, but they're boy are they bright when they're white. So that's pretty cool. Although you're supposed to be able to adjust the dimness too. So make flood left white.
Okay.
Flood left to 2.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, way cool. Well, we won't be able to leave them on until, well, I guess we can. Yeah, we can. But we're still waiting on the fixture by the front door. So where we'll have a third, we'll have another group for that light. But anyway, they're cool. I like them. I guess I'm going to recommend them. The setup was easy enough. Sunco. If I leave them on dim, I can leave them on. Yeah. So War of the Worlds is worth watching on Epix. This new 8 part series. We're on episode 3 now.